Hey guys, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying something a bit different today. I'm using natural lighting. I'm not using my lights today, partly because I couldn't be bothered setting them up and partly because I just want to see what this would look like if I did natural lighting. So today's video is going to be my Q&A all about my new online store. If you guys don't know about this, which honestly I don't know how you wouldn't know because I've uploaded so many vlogs about it. I launched my online clothing boutique Milk and Bone last Thursday. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll have the links of course in the description box. I asked in a couple of my videos on Instagram and Twitter for you guys to submit questions that you wanted to know, just because a lot of you guys were asking me to do a Q&A or just asking me questions about it, so I thought I would make a dedicated video just answering all your questions about my experience with starting Milk and Bone, starting an online business, that type of thing. So let's just get into your questions. Also, you guys, my gorgeous friend Hannah Ashton, I will link her channel down below if you haven't heard of her. She interviewed me on her podcast the other day. We talked all about Milk and Bone and starting a business and that type of thing. So a lot of stuff similar to the questions you guys have asked we've talked about in that podcast, so I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. Alright, so the first question is, do you design the clothes or just resell them? No, I am not designing the clothes. I buy them in bulk from wholesalers or independent labels and I resell them on my site. This person asked a few different questions. So the first one is, what gave you the final push of motivation to begin the process of creating an online boutique? Honestly, this was something that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, probably about a year. I just thought it would be a cool idea to start my own online store. It just seemed like a fun thing for me to do. And I started working on this like a couple months ago, like a month and a half ago. And it was after I just finished my first semester for the year at uni. I had like a month and a little bit off, so I was thinking it would just be a cool like project to have for something to do during the holidays. So yeah, I just went for it. I thought this online boutique is gonna be my, holiday project while I don't have uni. The second question you asked was, how did you contact / who did you contact to get the clothes to sell on your boutique? I got like so many questions about this, like how do I get the clothes and things like that. Like I said, I get them from wholesalers and independent labels. So this was like labels that I already wore and loved and knew the quality was good. And for the rest, it was just a bunch of Google searching and lots of research to try and find good, reputable wholesalers to stock in my store. The third question you asked was, what is your vision for the boutique? Will it be mainly clothes or will you have accessories / purses / shoes in the future? For the moment, we are just sticking to clothes, but I think it would be so cool in the future to branch out into like accessories and shoes and stuff like that. What program / service did you use to create the website and send out the email that you receive once you enter the email address to be notified when the store is up? So basically, if you guys haven't signed up to our email list yet, if you go onto our website and do that, you do get 15% off your first order. But I created my store on Shopify, and to do the automatic email send out things, I used MailChimp. What was the first practical step you took that set things off into motion and became more of a reality? Honestly, the first practical step that I took, besides like researching wholesalers and looking at the type of clothes I wanted to stock, was applying for my ABN, which is my Australian business number. Once I did that, it was like real, like I was identified as a business. I could start ordering clothes and things for the store. So that was probably the thing that I did that like really made it feel real for me. Is it more on the expensive or affordable side? Now, I wanted to include this question and kind of talk about this because there was a comment with a bunch of thumbs up on my launch video. Sorry, I'm just getting over being sick. And the comment was like, why is it so expensive? And I wanted to talk about this because honestly, I don't have a huge amount of control over the prices of the clothes in my store. You can either kind of get quality items or really cheap items. I don't really think you can get really good quality items for really cheap, at least not in the way that I'm doing my boutique. So pretty much I buy the clothing from wholesalers from a set price, and then usually GST is added on top of that. So I have to kind of mark that up in a way where I can make a profit but still kind of make it affordable to you guys and add GST as well on top of that. No, my boutique is not like a dirt cheap, like, I don't know, like Zaful type high prices or anything like that. But that being said, the quality is a lot better. Like, I get every piece and I make sure the quality is good. Like, I'm not going to sell anything in my store that I'm not happy with the quality, and I myself wouldn't wear it. So rest assured, if you buy something from my boutique and you think it's like expensive, the quality is good. It's not like cheap quality or anything. Also, we do like offer returns and stuff. If you don't like something when you get it, you can return it. So yeah, I just wanted to include that question because a lot of you, I think, were kind of, I don't know, disappointed that my clothing wasn't like super cheap. So that is the reason why, guys. How long did you take to make the boutique, and was there any problems along the way? Love you. I love you too. Overall, it took about a month and a half from when I first started planning and actually doing stuff for the boutique to when I actually launched it. And honestly, it did not take as long as I thought it would. I just started doing things for the store and everything just kind of started to fall into place, and I just, you know, launched when I was ready, and I did not think it would be like that quick. But yeah. What's your biggest tip to someone who wants to do the same? Honestly, my biggest tip is to just go for it. Just start, just do it. Don't wait to have like the perfect blah blah blah. Like, we talked about this in the podcast I did with Hannah. Like, to do my flat lays on Instagram, I literally just went to the newsagent and bought like a $2 piece of white cardboard to start out with. Obviously, I'm gonna like improve on that as time goes by, but like, you don't need the best of everything to start. Just work with what you have. You don't have to have your boutique like with 20 pieces to start out. Whatever budget you have, work with that. If you can only have 3 pieces when you start your boutique, make it like the best 3 pieces ever. If you try and wait for everything to be perfect and in place, it's never going to be. So just start, and don't be afraid to learn as you go, because honestly, you don't have to be an expert when you start. I have learned so much, and I'm only just starting, so. And that goes for any type of online business or any endeavor you want to pursue. It doesn't have to be just an online store. This advice works for literally anything. Are the clothes true to size? Yes, the clothes are standard Australian sizing. We do have a sizing chart on the website as well as like a conversion chart for the international sizing. When creating Milk and Bone, what is one thing that surprised you along the way? Something you didn't necessarily think of to begin with? Honestly, there's so much that I've learned as I've gone along, but a lot of little things that I didn't really think of at first and necessarily like think of as things I needed to do was like customizing all the automatic emails. So like when you get an email saying that you like confirming your order, if you've made an order, or saying your order's been shipped out, like I had to go through and customize all of those things, which I didn't think of until like a couple days before I launched the store. Also, another thing that I didn't think of at first was where I'm gonna store all of the inventory that I ordered. I have a really small room and I don't have that much space in my room, so now it's even smaller with all the inventory that I have in here. It's kind of just like stacked up in a random place in my room, so that is something that I didn't really think of, and I definitely am thinking of some ideas to organize that better now. But honestly, the whole process has really been learn as you go, but it's been so fun and just, yeah, super exciting. How did you come up with the name Milk and Bone? This is so random, I don't even know. So I was laying in bed one night, and usually I like go to sleep super fast and I have no troubles falling asleep, but this one night I was just like unable to fall asleep for some reason. I was just laying in my bed for literally like an hour and a half, and I'd been thinking of like names for the boutique for a couple days and nothing was really working, and literally the name Milk and Bone just like went into my head, and I just knew that I had to use that for the store. It just sounded so good and cute. So honestly, I took that as a sign from the universe that I should call my boutique Milk and Bone. And the last question that I'll be answering is, what was the hardest part of creating this boutique? And honestly, there hasn't been that many challenges so far. Like, obviously it's been a lot of hard work, but nothing that I couldn't like do and work through and things like that. There hasn't really been any major struggles or challenges I've had, which I guess is a good thing, but I don't want that to sound like I'm like perfect or anything. But I guess the hardest thing, honestly, is trying to choose the clothes for the store. There are seriously so many cute things that I want to order for the store, but like obviously, especially for the first launch, I'm like buying everything straight out of my bank account because I have no like income from the store itself yet. So I have to like be careful with how much I buy because I don't want to like completely go broke for buying clothes to the store and then like no one buys it. But there are seriously so many cute clothes, and I'm ordering new arrivals today for the store, which will go up like next month sometime. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, that's probably the hardest thing, is just trying to narrow down which clothes I want to order for the store. So yeah, those are all of the questions that I'm going to be answering today. I hope this helped and I hope this answered your question. Let me know if you want me to do another Q&A like this in the future. This was super fun and I would honestly love to do another one like this. If you guys have any other questions or things that I didn't address or answer in this video that you'd like me to answer in the next Q&A if I do one, leave those in the comments below. Again, I will have the link to my boutique down in the description box. It is just milkandboneboutique.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.